See when the hot seaweed wasn't there yet.
Hello and welcome to Your Dad Learns StarCraft 2. This is another Zergris Terran, and in the lower right hand corner we have our honorable opponent, Sean Sand? Sea and Sand. That could be it. But they're wearing blue, they're playing Terran, they're building stuff. And in the upper left hand corner we have your hero, your champion, your dad, playing Zerg the way that he does. So let's speed this up. We're just going, let's jump onto my camera. We're just doing the regular hatch pull gas, and we're going to be trying to do a roach timing attack, which is generally what I try to do. Try to do a little bit of timing attack at the beginning. Not quite a 2-base all-in, because while I'm making roaches I still build my 3rd base, and I'm not just completely just doing roaches, but I try to get a quick attack going across the map with like 16 to 20 roaches, something like that. And when that heads out, be trying to drone up another base and, you know, setting up a little bit of macro behind that and some defensive units. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. Now let's put it down to, 2-minute mark. So now my roach horn's up, my level 1 missile attack is a little more than halfway done, and Glio Constitution, the roach speed, would be a little bit behind that. Not too far, like 15 seconds or something. And right now I'm working on making roaches and making sure to not get supply blocked. I'm doing this initial roach push, because having to wait 19 seconds for an overlord really hurts this push. That's a lot more time their opponent can try to get away with doing stuff. So see right now I'm setting up my rally points to attack, and actually run into their units. So they were actually coming to attack me and I just happened to run into them. But it doesn't matter, I'm not looking at it. And I'll check out, see how the fight's going now, because if they have tanks up I'll probably want to run. And not too bad, but I noticed they have, they have a Hellion, they have a decent bit of Marauders, they have some Hellbats. So I decided to make 10 roaches, because they're probably going to try to counter with what they have. And this is where those safety roaches come in. If I just built drones, I'd start getting roasted. But instead I hit them, they come down, and when they see these reinforcements, they just run. And why wouldn't you? That's a whole lot of roaches, more than what they can deal with. And you can tell I was making 11 drones. So I'm droning up the 3rd base that I made for larva. Is droning up. I'm going to be making my 4th base in just a second here. And I've also, I think I've put down a Hydra Den. Yeah, during that, when my roaches move out, I also put down a Hydra Den so I can keep moving up in tech and start working towards a hive. So we've got that hatchery going. And I've got some roaches up. This part of the base in case they decide to drop. Make a pit so I can start making a hive, that type of stuff. And they actually run to snipe this base, and I don't get the cancel on it. I try to, but I miss. So, that's a waste of money, but luckily I don't spend my money that great anyway, so I can still build stuff. And I just build it in a different part of the map that I can reach. And I'm just making some static defense. Keeping the overlords up, even though I have plenty of supply. I want to slowly work towards that 200 part where I can still pump out units. And now that I'm working on a hive, I've got my spire going. They take the same amount of time to build. So usually when you make a hive, you can make a spire, and then by the time your hive pops and your spire's out, you can make a greater spire. And I can work towards broodlords, because that's what I do. So I'm making 19 more drones actually, try and get up to that 76 saturation. Or, into the 70s. And I've also snuck a couple changelings out to go scout for other bases. And I can see they have a couple bases. So I'm moving up, making hydras, making roaches, getting a 2nd attack upgrade. And still making roaches, making more hydras. I'm just maxing my army. As you can see I have 200 out of 200 right now. And I'll probably move out with this army right now. And those 15 units that haven't or are just hatching will stay on defense duty. So in case they counterattack or do a drop or something, I've got some units in reserve. And I'm back on make an Evo chamber, make some upgrades. They're attacking with liberators. And when I check this fight, I've been standing in liberation zones. Oops. But that's right, I still got the... Still almost killed a bit of units, still got the, command center down. And I'm making 32 more units under this, or, behind this. And, make some spores, and I'm just going to remax again. Except this time, when I make my Roach Hydra, I'm also going to add some Corruptors. Making my Greater Spire. I was a little slow in building that. But make a Greater Spire. And this is part of why I made Corruptors, in case they do this garbage again. Where they just run Liberators at me. So whenever I get around to it, I can actually throw these guys out and just rally them to wherever I see liberation zones like that. I can't see the Liberators, but I see the zones. So I'll attack rally, and they'll just take care of that by themselves. And now you see 199 supply, I'm just rebuilding. Level 3 attacks coming up. Make some armor because I'm against Terran. Flying armor, work on my ground armor still. And now, as things are dying, I'm making Brood Lords. I'm at 200 out of 200 supply, so I can't spend any money. And as things... So that's one of the reasons I'm watching the fight, because I can't be making units at home. I probably could be teching up or something, but... And I'm just taking out the expansions. And I should be building units behind this as stuff's dying. There we go. More Hydras, more Roaches. I've got some Brood Lords, got some Corruptors. And set this to take out their next expansion. And I have my other army with the Brood Lords coming to kill those guys on the ground. And that's all there is. That's all was just adding some decent pressure at the beginning and realizing they had enough units they were probably going to try to counter and take out some bases. So as that fight's going on, as that first timing push happened, make some Roaches to defend whatever attack they send back at me, and then just keep droning up. Keep droning up and make sure to attack. So I was building my Hydra Den. I could have made my Hive a lot sooner, honestly, and could have had Brood Lords out a lot quicker. But it ended up working out. So yeah, that was that game. Just a little bit of timing into a little bit of macro. And that generally seems to work alright for me. It works pretty decent for me. Because it puts some pressure on the opponent, sometimes they're just not ready. Or it at least sets up, like if they had tanks and stuff, I could have backed up my timing attack and just stayed around to stop them from expanding. And then I could just be macroing up, and if they go for a 2-base all-in, I still have Roaches on their side of the map. So, yeah, that was that game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, share, anything like that. And until the next video, I've been your dad. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.